Hey there. So, what's on the easel this evening? Well, we've got two small, mid-sized paintings. Depends on your point of view. Um, they're both 40 by 50 centimeters, and they both relate to water. The one on the left is called Idyll, Lakeside. And one on the right is called Rushes, or Les Lacs du Roseau. And I've always been attracted to water. I loved swimming and being anywhere near the water when I was a lot younger, and even in fact went on to swim competitively at one point. And I suppose it's related to that feeling, tranquility, calm, color, mysteriousness, and so on. And some of the other things that relate to these paintings are probably not immediately obvious, but to me, a photographer that I particularly admire is an Italian called Luigi Ghiri, and he makes small, what he made, because unfortunately he died fairly young, I think. And he made most of his photography within a fairly small geographical area. And they are deceptively interesting, intriguing images. They for me, they carry a lot of simple, gentle poetry and an observation of the everyday. And a quirkiness somewhere. And I'm often attracted to images like that myself. And so the calmness, serenity, as I said, this is called an idyll. And the delicate colour, the handling, the suggestiveness, I suppose, is what attracts me to them. And so, but of course, I started painting this one here, and a number of things were going right, but then I had to find a solution to something which didn't work. And on this kind of scale, a lot can go wrong very quickly. But one of the fascinating and never-ending things about paint, oil paint, that just grabs me, is its ability to flex and transform into something else that you had not really thought that you were going to do. And then it's just a question of finding a way to make it work. So it becomes a yes-no decision process. And so this is what I'm talking about when I'm referring to this abstract chunk of paint, which is kind of disintegrating or destroying the innocence of the image. But the dichotomy between those two things is always quite interesting. And the one on the right has a dreamy atmosphere as well. You can see the similarity in the way that the brushstroke is working between the two paintings, moving from left to right and then up and down. And those movements create a slurry or a blurring and so on, and they create textures which I didn't know that were going to be there. And I use them as springboards to put in other elements which I didn't know were going to be there either. And it makes things very, very suggestive. And I hope that they tell a story that's intriguing, that's puzzling somewhat, slightly disconcerting maybe, because one wonders what is falling this way, I suppose. But I think the overall effect is one of serenity and calm, and just calls in your eye to look at something which is banal, and yet there's a painting there, there's an image, there's something which is telling a story, and I find it absolutely fascinating, and I hope you do too. Bye now.